Lynn.
Thank you, boss.
I'm surprised you didn't get any awards.
Yeah, it didn't in the end. I'd forgot to follow it.
Yeah.
Name and outlet, please.
So let's talk about.
Give your name and outlet, please.
Okay, Theodore, Alpha TV, Greece.
Thank you.
We're ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's get back to Greek mythology and history. You know, Greeks can get very sensitive when something touches history, but this is quite before that. It's on the edge, on the brink of mythology. So, you know, things are a little bit complicated and a bit vague.
Mm.
Did you have any idea of these battles beforehand? I mean, had you read about them or taught in school? I don't know.
I'd learnt a little bit about Greek history in school, but it was very limited, and I knew very little before being part of this film.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say I'm any more educated, not much more educated about it either.
I didn't really conduct myself very well at school, enough to have gained much of a knowledge historically. But I'm certainly interested in it, and the older I've become anyway, I think it is a topic I will fascinate myself on eventually. But also Frank Miller's comic books, I guess they take a more fantasy-esque vision on it, so we kind of escape any potential ridicule, I guess, from historians.
No, it's true. It's based on a comic novel, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. Yeah.
It doesn't mess up the core of the story, which is Themistocles and the battle against the Persians. That was the outcome. It's more or less true what happened.
Theodore, that's very, very reassuring to hear from a genuine Greek man.
That's for sure. A true Greek. But for example, Skilias, you're playing a diver, a famous diver,
Yeah.
who actually was some sort of a double agent of the era. He was Greek, but then he was with the Persians, but he betrayed the Persians and got back to the Greeks, and he provided them with a solution, with inside information of what was happening.
Yeah.
What was the idea, I'm wondering, of Zack Snyder and the director, the guidance to you as warriors, let's say, in the film? What was the general idea behind their spirit?
I think that for Silius, anyway, he, I knew of that story of his background, and I think what we had in the script and our stunt training and our gym training really helped, I guess, bring that to life and have a sense of the things that this man did and what he put at risk to achieve the goals that were asked of him. That I don't think Silius enjoyed fighting, but he loved his family and Greece's freedom more than that. So he was willing to die for it, and I think just that says so much about the man and helps you understand that spirit that you need to capture and that heart that you need to have.
What about
And
the son?
well, my understanding might be inaccurate, but of the time, apparently, in and amongst Athens, there was more of a working community than the Spartan strife for a glorious death. And with there being conflict within Greece, I dare say there was one or two of Callisto's ancestors, were also fighting men to some degree, military men anyway. Certainly in Silius's case, and also there is a reference regarding Callisto's armoury that it belonged to his grandfather. So he has this hereditary, and I think a lot of his identity is responsible because of this hereditary, to have this incentive to one day persevere and become, another male member in his bloodline, a successful one at that, and very aspirational to one day becoming his father, which was great for me on set because I kind of had Callisto's father at hand at all times, readily available to draw from, I guess. So